meeting to order. Real quick, Gary Mertz and Mark Deal are not with us this morning, and they both gave me their proxy if we have anything to vote on, which I don't foresee that, but I do have their proxies. We will go ahead and start. I know a couple of you did the course reports. So like we just talked about, other than ice skating rinks today, if anybody want to go ahead and go over their course reports. I think Sheila had one, Susan had one, and Mike did his, I know. So Sheila, you want to go ahead and go first?
I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Jason.
Your course report?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
you okay.
Well, as you can tell, it's a short report, not a whole lot to talk about. Of course, the clubhouse has always been attractive and clean and well organized. General appearance of the course, it appears to be in good shape considering the weather we're dealing with. The greens are not yet dormant, but are off color due to the colder temps, and that'll obviously get worse this week. Piranha is starting to pop up, but it's normal, and they'll be spraying for it within the next month or so, again, depending on the weather. Upcoming very cold temps are very hard on the Bermuda, especially the north-facing slopes. Hoping for moisture in the rain, in the form of rain or snow, to help prevent the damage, but it still might not be enough. Cart Barn is now staffed with 2 people rather than 3, as it was when the golf hours were longer. This continues to speed up cleaning, sanitizing, and turnaround. Key sheets continue to be very full, weather allowing. Optimizing the labor hours in the pro shop. Gary Davis is the new facility supervisor. The pro shop now has new spring clothing line for women. The new 2021 Pro V1 and Pro V1 Axes are now in stock, and soon they will have new FootJoy ladies and men's shoes. The 2-week closure for the country club will be in March, first 2 weeks of March. During the cold weather, they've been staying busy. One of those things is watching training videos, team building exercises, fixing equipment and modifying some to make them more efficient. The new yardage markers are already painted and will be placed before the course reopens after this current cold snap is passed. They're doing repair on fertilizer spreaders to avoid the need to purchase new. And during the March close, the T markers will be repainted so they're fresh looking in the spring. The maintenance crew is staying busy during this winter. That's it.
Sounds like it. Good, thank you. Susan?
So at Dogwood, I visited with them last week, and that was the first week of their 2-week winter closure. On the operational side, they're doing an update of the pro shop and getting some new wall fixturing and lighting, and I think that will, I think it'll look very modern when it's done. Bathroom update has started. There are some things on that task list that are weather dependent, so that will get done when the weather gets decent enough. Paul did have a discussion with Tommy Lee. I don't know that any decision's been made about perhaps extending the liquor license to include the area in front of the pro shop so that people could bring out their beer and whatnot and sit at those tables right in front of the pro shop, which would give them more outdoor socialization space. On the maintenance side, the Walton Family Foundation has been really busy over there. They planted 70 trees on the side of Brittany number 2 and 3, trees and shrubs. And as you go over there, it's not hard to imagine that in a year or so, there's no balls that are going to be going down to the Metfield bike path. There are a lot of trees over there. They're also doing some additional plantings on number 9 at Brittany, between the golf course and the bike trail, and also some on Dogwood behind the black tee at 15 and behind number 6 green. And again, that's to help more clearly delineate the bike paths from the golfing playing areas. the winter projects, they're working on a waste bunker along the left side of number 17, which will be, I think, fabulous because it will stop balls from going down into the forest. Again, there are some aspects of that, like spraying the liner, that are weather dependent. So it will take a little while to get that completed. They're also fixing the drainage in front of the green on number 8. If you all are familiar, if you hit that shot short, it's not going anywhere because it lands in a bog. So they're doing some work on the watering there, and then regrading the drainage on the approach shot there, and also on the number 10 green. And as Sheila said, the yardage post will be installed mid-February, so before the spring season starts in more earnest in March. Everything looks good there.
Thanks, Susan. Mr. Mike?
Yeah, just two quick points. Good morning, everyone. These are both highlighted in the written report, but Hillary wanted me to share that the new fitting equipment has arrived, and so she'll be open for business for fitting soon. New other product is also slowly arriving and will be in the pro shop soon. And then at the bottom of the page there, you'll recall last month I mentioned that the lower tee boxes would be open on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. And talking to Hillary, that's scheduled to start on Monday, weather dependent. If you've seen the forecast, you know it'll be in the teens. It's probably unlikely that that'll happen on Monday, but as soon as the weather improves, those will be open. Social distancing is going to be in place. Hillary's in the process of putting up, what is it, Daryl? Chicken wire, I believe, is being used, going to be to, you might can describe that a little better, what that might look like.
Yeah, I'll jump on here real quick. One of the biggest things we've had at Tanya Creek is the social distancing. We tried to put them on the grass and we couldn't keep the 6 feet apart. So the team got together and brainstormed and come up with a great idea. We're going to put up barricades as best we can, but on the part that you can't hit between them, we're going to put chicken wire laid down on the ground. And that came from LT that you saw on the Pro Tour, is to stop them from hitting off it. So you can't tee it up on the chicken wire. That will keep them separated. The chicken wire has been purchased. So we'll put it down and we'll see how it goes. I just asked all the membership to abide by the rule of social distancing so we can keep them on the grass on the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Great, thanks, Daryl. Yep, that's my report, Jason. Just a quick one.
Oh, we got new Pro V1s, we got new clubs and new fitting, we got new clothes. So everybody should be scratch golfers come April 1, right? At least look good.
Right.
Was there any other reports? I don't think there was. DeGraff, you didn't get yours in, did you?
Didn't. I'm sorry about that one.
No worries. It's winter. It's okay. All right. Thanks, guys, for the reports. We'll go ahead and run the staff. So, Keith, you want to start her off?
Yeah, good morning, everyone, on this beautiful day in Northwest Arkansas. I want to start out and let everybody know that we did have some crew that got in, so there has been ice melt put around Metfield, around Branchwood, and around the country club. However, I still wouldn't suggest you spend a lot of time trying to go up and down those steps because it's only so effective. So keep that in mind. I see Wendy on the call here. Yeah, there she is. And if you look over her right-hand shoulder, you can see a bunch of plaques back there, which are the series of the ones she had to go through to work on the Audubon. So I brought her today because we've officially made it through that program. So I wanted her to give a little short update on what she did and what she may be doing going forth and answer any question you have. So with that, Wendy, and congratulations, by the way, it's a great accomplishment.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's an unusual situation for me, so we'll muddle through. I want to start with a disclaimer real quickly. It is Audubon International, not Audubon, and that's actually might cause some legal issues going forward. The National Audubon Society preserves and conserves undeveloped areas for bird habitat. Audubon International provides guidelines for developed areas like golf courses, neighborhoods, and parks to demonstrate sustainable environmental management. So we have achieved certification with Audubon International as a cooperative sanctuary for golf. You know, we received the certificates in wildlife and habitat management, water quality, water conservation, chemical use reduction and safety, and outreach and education. So that was it was a 5-year process for me. You may know that Burkesdale underwent a lot of transitions over the last 5 years. And the primary difference, I think, from when I first came to Burkesdale and what we experience now is a softening of the edges. You know, we don't weed eat right down to the water's edge, you know, keeping that really tight turf. You know, and that's had multiple benefits. You know, specifically around the ponds, there's less erosion around the pond edges. We've not had to add riprap. It's safer for the mowers. We don't get stuck in the mud. And I like to think there's less ball roll for the golfers. And it improves the aquatic health of the ponds. You know, we've significantly streamlined our management around the course by avoiding areas that aren't in play, and that in turn allows for more wildlife habitat. We have a lot more diversity of vegetation. You know, I can literally see an increased diversity in like bird species. You know, definitely more flowering plants, which encourages the bee population. That's a big thing. We're also part of something called Monarchs in the Rough. We have seeded a lot of milkweed species to help support the monarch butterfly population. Yeah, I'm super excited. It was a really long process to become fully certified with Audubon International. And it doesn't mean we're done. We will continue with the practices that we've initiated and just continue to expand. I think going forward, you know, primarily we're going to revisit our initial site assessment and, you know, see where we can continue to improve. But I think we'll put a little more signage up. We'll be able to put our certified sanctuary Audubon International logo around the course. We're planning to build a display board that will go up at the trailhead by the clubhouse, where both the trail users and the golfers will be able to see information related to you know, what we're doing here at Burkesdale. I know that Keith presented the Northwest Arkansas Master Naturalist. Hello, okay, not for me. The Master Naturalists are going to do some landscape improvement below the clubhouse on the rocky slope there with some, you know, native flowering plants, and we'll have some signage there. I hope to press a little bit. There's various titles for it, but it's basically environmental etiquette for golfers, you know, encouraging them to follow the traffic guidelines, you know, to stay on the cart path when it says stay on the cart path, and to stay out of natural areas. And that just, you know, it protects the turf for the game of golf, as well as, you know, protecting any habitat areas. I know in my younger days, I'm originally from Phoenix, and I used to just be appalled at golf courses, you know, using so much irrigation in the desert and all that. But when I came to Burkesdale and the Bella Vista, I gained an appreciation of all the benefits that golf courses have to offer, you know, not just in terms of recreation, but in water filtration, runoff, mitigation. I think that going forward, that highlighting the environmental benefits of golf can directly increase the amount of people willing to play golf. Yeah, I think it's the wave of the future. Yeah, I will say the Lakes Department has been doing water quality testing for us, and they have demonstrated that Little Sugar Creek quality improves entering from the point it enters the course and then it leaves. So a lot of people are surprised. They think that golf courses just dump a lot of chemicals in the water, but we have scientific evidence that we do have a positive impact. From what I've read, there is a trend in the golf industry to create a more historical ambiance to the game, sort of back to the roots. He said I couldn't compare Birchdale to St. Andrews, but I like to think that there is a parallel there. With that said, I guess I'm open to questions.
That's great, Wendy. Appreciate that. I do have one question real quick. Birchdale's the second one in Arkansas. What's the other course in Arkansas that's got the certificate?
Yes. There is Chanel Country Club in Little Rock, CHENAL, and they have the Founders course and the Bear Den course. So their Bear Den course is certified, and I would mention on their website, they say that they have protected wildlife areas, but they don't mention that it is certified through Audubon International. I do anticipate that the POA will have that on the website, that we are Audubon International certified. We are on the Audubon International webpage as members. There's a direct link to the Bella Vista website. So that's kind of neat. There's only a handful of courses in the Midwest that are certified. There's literally hundreds in California and Florida, but there's less than 1,000 worldwide, even though it is a worldwide program. And I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Great work. Thanks for the team for doing that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything for Wendy? Thanks, Wendy. Appreciate your time this morning.
All right. Thank you.
You bet. Keith.
Okay, I'll go through the rest of my things, and then some of the course reports, a lot of it was covered, so I'll just touch on it briefly. But one thing that is going on that you will notice come this spring as a golfer is there will be ice machines and water dispensers at the rest of the golf courses, that being Bella Vista Country Club, Scottsdale, and Highlands. Greg at the Highlands has been made the director of design for those, so he is working on those this week so that we can get those out come spring. So I think that's a great enhancement for the golfers as we go forward, along with the stuff they're doing in the bathrooms as well. Some of the other work the crews are doing, they're doing some trim work, some brush clearing, stump removal. We are running the new root pruner that we got. Highlands is completed. We'll be moving to another course next week once the weather allows. You will see some more smoke on some different golf courses where we're doing some burning of debris. Just want you to know that we go through the fire marshal, get permission each day, put the fire out at the end of each day. So we're following the protocol that makes the city of Bella Vista, and the fire marshal gives us the prior approval for doing that. So that's a good thing. You mentioned the waste bunker. We have it roughed in, and David has been very helpful with this process. We have the liner was delivered yesterday, David. So if we get some weather above 45, we'll be able to put the liner in and get some sand in there and finish it up. It's really rough right now. We've got some fine tuning to do once the weather allows, but I think it will be an improvement. You did mention that it would keep all the balls out of the woods. I probably wouldn't venture to go that far, but it'll definitely slow a lot of them down. So that's what we're counting on for that. The other thing was mentioned, the country club closes in March, as our rotating closures go. During that time, we will be doing the bridge plank replacement on those two wood bridges on number 6 Kingswood will be done the week of February the 26th. They have to do some plank replacement on number 7. We try to schedule those kind of projects around when we're closed anyway, so we don't have additional closings. Obviously, with the weather we've had, Scottsdale and Brittany have been closed a lot and will continue to be so closed. So we have some challenges being able to get all the golfers out. So we want to keep everything open. As mentioned, the yardage post will be out probably next week. And then that's the only thing I really have for course, general course. I will say it was mentioned. We are a little bit worried about the cold weather for north faces, for Bermuda grass, for tee boxes that are sand based. We've always had some issues on some of the tees were built in the past out of sand. However, the difference between now and the first year I got here, we're doing preventative things beforehand that will help us. So we feel like we will have less damage and maybe no damage should we be lucky. But we're going to have 7 days that stays below freezing and somewhere down around 5 or 6 thereabouts. So we'll see come spring where we're at, and we'll be prepared to make any corrections or repairs that we need to do at that time. So that's what I had on general course. Capital projects, just to give you a little update. Obviously, the printer's here. We are working to finalize the bids on the tee box work for both Bella Vista Country Club and Highlands. I have decided it's probably the best that we move that work till after July 1st, because the 2 courses we're going to be doing are where the Advanced Pro Tour will be. In addition to that, we have a road construction project somewhere in there on Bella Vista Country Club, so we feel we need to move that back. I'm also going to be able to come to the board for February. Hopefully, if we get the last bid in, I have 3 bids coming. 2 we already have for the creek bank stabilization and the bridge stabilization at number 5, Bella Vista Country Club. So we'll try to get approval in February, let them do the engineering work, and then we'll do the whatever construction is necessary later in the summer when it's drier. So that's the plan there. So that's really the main things that I have to talk about. Dogwood, you did mention the approach on number 8, number 10. 8 is complete, and they really did a good job with that. Not only will that make it more playable, it'll help us have a better drainage on that green and have less trouble in the summertime because that green stays too wet. So with that, I'll stop. And again, thank you, Wendy, for being here today and telling us a little bit about what's involved with that, and for actually correcting, being sure that we have the proper terminology. I appreciate that. So I'll answer any questions anybody might have. Okay. Thank you.
Daryl, golf ops.
I'm up. Not much going on right now. This is our planning time of year. We got all our tournament schedule done. Alex will talk more about that. Talk about rounds real quick. We ended up January at 5,510 rounds in January. That is 1,229 over 2020. When we open, we busy. That's pretty much it. I do not have the details like I have provided in the past years, which break down the member play, guest play per course and everything. We are running an update on our system. I'll have that by the end of the month, and we will post it to the web for everybody to see. We got bathrooms updated. The crew's doing a great job. Pro Shop guys are in painting the bathrooms, and you'll see it on your handout. So we're doing floors, redoing the walls. The outsides are done. As Keith said, we'll be adding water and ice units to it, thanks to Greg. And then we'll be getting AC and heat units installed by spring. So they've already been purchased. We're just waiting for some good weather to install them. So it's a good thing on the bathrooms. Third thing is summer schedules. Summer schedules will be sent out here shortly to the groups and people coming into the village. We will be doing April, May, and June on tee times, and then we'll see what happens with the governor's report and when we go to phase 3. I just want to remind everybody that we have to stay with what we're doing until we get to phase 3 because of the pandemic. That's all I have in golf ops. Lots of planning, and I appreciate the membership. That's all I got. Any questions? Perfect. Alex.
Thanks, Daryl. Alex.
Thank you, guys. Good morning, everyone. Well, our first event of the season was scheduled for this Saturday for the Sweetheart Open. 17 degrees outside is forcing us to push that back a little bit, but we did have a full field. We had over 30 teams ready to play. We're just going to postpone that until Saturday, March the 6th. Hopefully we can still get a pretty full field. So we're real happy with how that went off. We're just hoping for a better day when we do get to March. Our 2021 calendar is out. You can see that at all of the golf locations. You can find it online. We have not yet posted flyers for every event. We're kind of waiting to see if we may be able to get off of the tee time schedule and go back to shotguns at some point. So we're going to kind of piece them out one by one as we kind of go through the year. But you can see the exact schedule so everyone can go in there, kind of take a look and plan out their tournament calendar for the year. As I mentioned last month, the only new event that we're introducing is a men's match play club championship. We're going to have a few different divisions in that. We'll have an open division. We'll have a senior division for those over 50, super senior division for 60 and above. We'll also have a net division and a net senior division for those that want to play with handicap. We'll try to get 16 players in each bracket. For anyone that's playing for the championship title, we'll have to play some qualifying rounds. Qualifying will begin for that in April. And if anybody needs any more information on that and some more detail, you can contact me anytime by phone or email, and I'll be happy to explain out a lot of the very fine detail for that. Didn't feel like putting it all out at once. But the winners of that will be considered club championship, and this will be in addition to our stroke play championship, which we'll still have in August. This will just be another match play club championship for ourselves. We felt that that was one of the areas we wanted to expand out in our tournament offerings, is just to get a little bit more championship competition. And that's really about all we have for tournaments. March the 6th will be the Sweetheart, and then the last weekend in March, we'll have our 3-person scramble. Sign up for that is ready to go. We've already got several teams for each. The Shot in the Dark tournament, that one is on a Friday in the middle of April. And if anybody wants to play in that, I would suggest going ahead and signing up for it, because it is a limited field, because it's only a 9-hole golf course. So that is all I have for today. Does anyone have any questions for me? All right, guys.
Alex.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. I know that the putting those schedules together is quite the operation. So appreciate all you do for the tournaments here in the village. Mr. Judson.
Morning. Our member services team has been working on getting people signed up. Since COVID hit after many of the people that signed up last year, we're going through training and getting everybody used to signing up online or calling in to sign up. So they're getting that done. We're getting ready for the APT and WAPT event. Those are months away, but it's a large event, so it takes a lot of planning. Tommy Lee originally had a coordination meeting set up for today, but we've had to bump it back because of the weather. And then I wanted to compliment Daryl and the crew, because they've been contacting golfers. We ran some reports on golfers that had a large number of rounds, but did not have annual memberships last year, and we've been contacting them, and from what I've been told by Daryl, is they're converting quite a number of people that had a large number of rounds into annuals, which is fantastic. So kudos to the efforts of the Daryl and the team. And that's all I have to report.
Great, thank you, sir. Greg Sellers, I saw you were on here. Did you have anything for marketing?
No, I do not. I'm just taking notes here.
Okay, all right, perfect. Board liaisons, Mr. Brandenburg, Mr. Welchel. I think that's all that we've got on today from the board. Nope. Other than your cat in the background there, Mr. Welchel. Watch out, jump on your head.
And thank you to Wendy for all the effort that she's put in. At a 5-year process, that's quite a deal. But thanks again, Wendy.
There's no old business. We had no emails or anything from the public. Is there any new business? This time of year it gets kind of quick meetings, so. Anybody have anything new they would like to bring to the committee? Nope. All right. Well, with that, the next one is, no, this is February 10th. The next one is, that was a misprint. March 10th. So, and obviously it'll be TBD on if we are virtual or face-to-face. But if there's nothing else, get a motion to adjourn, please. Everybody wants to stay on?
I'll say a motion to adjourn. Motion to
Thank you.
adjourn.
Thank you. Second. And go. All right, everybody. Everybody stay safe. Get your ice skates. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.